Good evening to you all again this afternoon. Good evening. I don't know what state you're in, so I don't know what the daytime is. But I just wanted to just come back again with another edition of this about these Asians and this boycott that we gonna go on here in the USA. In America, happy birthday, 250 years, and black people, though we've been through so much that we came through faith, through our faith, and the struggle is not over. It's always another bridge to cross. And the thing is that I was just listening to some commentary, and the black man that was giving his input on this conversation around Black America boycotting Asian businesses. Though they have the so-called skill in a lot of these things that we supposedly use, even our telephones, down to everything that the black people always buy when they go into these stores. They got to get the top of the line. They want Mitsubishi. They want Toyota. They want Honda or whatever car like Mercedes, Benzes, which is really a car. They Mercedes are usually done in Mercedes. That's a German car, I believe, or whatever. But anyway, forget about the top of the line stuff. Let's just put it this way. By this Asian that got out here and made this video, because it's just really got to me. Like, I'm glad in a way this happened, and I'm just praying for it not to happen and continue to go on over and over again. Black people, you've been warned. You've been shown many times the signs of things that should not be happening in your communities. I have made so many posts about how we need to take back our communities, how black people need to get back into the black church, how the black church need to stop the foolishness on the pulpit and get a lot more serious with the message on Sunday and on Wednesday Bible studies or whatever y'all have y'all so-called Bible studies and the prayer meetings. They need to get back in service to the community. And I keep saying that because of the simple fact that the more knowledge we get of God, the more we will understand the places we need to be right now in our life here in America, and how our homes could get back in order with our children, and how these marriages can survive in the black community, and also businesses, and so on and so on. Everything starts in the place where we were all given a foundation. And I keep telling you, it was given to us in God, in our lives. Now, those of us that didn't follow the Bible, the scriptures, because we want to get caught up like on racism and racial and this, that, white Jesus and all this other stuff. Forget about the white Jesus. Get past the skin color and get into reading the Word of God and getting the spiritual food and the fruit from the tree of life. And that's the Bible. It ain't got nothing to do with your skin color when people are treating you in an inhumane way. Only way you're going to see it is when you follow Jesus. He will show you who they are, and even among your own people. Those who want to think selfishly about this boycott. Oh, because they have some Asian friends over the years and they had some Asian good relationships with some Asians. But what you got to look at, my friend, my sister, my brother, how many Asians live in your community and how many of them are good neighbors to you. How many Asians, when you go into their stores and their businesses, do you see them even have good relationship with other black people besides you, just because you are maybe a Asian, maybe you do business with them and they only friends with you on a business level? What happened to your good Asian neighbor? Like I told you, one just moved next door here to a house down from me, next door to me, and asked could they take down a tree at one time. And I said, no, that's not going to happen. You know, that's not going to happen on the simple fact that that tree, the people that lived in that house before you got there, I knew those people. And that is a young tree. And that tree was built and planted by the woman that lived there for somebody that passed away. It was either her husband or a family, my mother or father, whatever. I never knew. But my neighbor from the people that lived in this house, they were minister. I mean, the original owners of this house were my church members, my church members. So they were able to give me some history on that tree. And I was not going to allow them to take it down. Black people, hold on to your property. I keep telling you, stop selling out. I don't care how hard times get. Stop selling out your property to these foreigners. They shouldn't even be staying in America. They don't outwar they welcome. And you know, the whole setup, and like I said, I was listening to this guy and he said, you know, these people need to learn the black history. Not only just when they learn American history, they need to learn some black American history as well. So that they can get a better understanding of who we are in America. We belong here. This is our home. Just like President Trump had to lift up the amendment of the 14th Amendment. That wasn't for y'all. That was for us. Because we weren't included. And we were supposed to be included in the 14th Amendment. Okay, as citizens' rights. As citizens. So when you come to the United States of America to live here as a new immigrant, because you come here freely on your own free will. You ought to respect this country and you ought to respect the citizens, the natives of this country. Because as far as anything else, black American people, we are Native Americans in America. And especially after being children, most of us who are the children of the chattel slaves. Because we didn't come here freely, we came here by force. Our ancestors came by force. And they did everything that was supposedly to be done right to work for their freedom. And when I say work, they did free labor. They didn't even get paid for their labor. For all the money and trillions of dollars that owed to the black American families. And how we've been redlined. And when you want to sit up and talk about, oh, because of the fact that we need to pull ourselves up and we do this and we do that. But do some research and understand where our hurt and our anger and our pain come from. And then you understand. We didn't flee America. We still live in America, but you flee where you came from. And we still here in the land that treated us, and we stayed here and we fought. Even to open doors for you to have the opportunity to come here. And that's why y'all need to be educated on who we are in America. That we are the most important natives to this country. Forget about Indians, because they didn't stay, they didn't fight. Okay? They got their reparations and they took off to the reservoirs. Okay? But we, black Americans, the children, the chattels, we are who made America great. Because if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have a place to come to make a better life for yourself. And making that life better for yourself started here in America off of the work and the consumers and the money that was that you know being spent as black Americans supported your businesses in our communities. Whether you dealt with our bad attitudes or not. But I tell you one thing. You would have went into some white people neighborhoods. Believe it, you would have had an attitude there too. And probably even worse. And let me tell you, some they got thieves in their community too. But I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have never took no gun out in no team in their community and shot him in the back or ran after him in the store. You wouldn't have done no such a thing. Guess what you would have been doing? Calling 911 and not going after the suspect. That's what you would have been doing. So don't come and try to run this game on us, you child people, ching child people, you slinky eye people. Don't even try to run this game on us that black people are the criminals and that we violent and we have bad attitudes, because white people got bad attitudes too, and they got thieves in their community too, and they got robbers and murderers and all kind of other kinds in there too. But we gave you an opportunity when you came to America. We embraced you in our ghettos and we also supported your businesses. Your businesses was able to thrive because of black America. And that's how you was able to expand and even get an opportunity to even be in white neighborhoods and communities. So don't come and try to run this BM game on us while you're going to sit up here and tell us about the music and the equipments and everything that we use that y'all make in China. We don't need y'all to make a damn thing for us. See, that's the point you missing. We didn't need your services, but we supported your business. And we are the ones who made it thrive. Actually, your business belongs to us. Because the products you sell in there, you don't even use. We use them. So if you don't use the products you sell to us, who do the products supposed to belong to? The consumers. So how you gonna sit up here and talk that bull ass and go viral? You are so ignorant. You're not a smart dude, and you became the spokesperson for the Asian people. But y'all not as smart as people thought that would soup y'all up to believe that y'all are. Y'all not that smart. And don't blame this on white people because you should know better. Come on, we celebrating 250 years of America, American history. And you should know at least that part about American history, about the blacks, about the African slave. You should know about them. You should know what happened to them when they got to America. And you know what they've been through. And you should know about the history of us dealing with Jim Crow, segregation, civil rights, all the fights we done been through and still going. And now here y'all is trying to throw more flame into the fire, I guess. To come and ride on, black America. But this time we ain't standing for it no more. Guess what? This ain't gonna be just temporarily. It's gonna be a permanent thing. We ain't gonna be messing with y'all folks. Y'all need to go and try to build your own country. You said you got your Chinatown and all that other stuff. So you'll be going right back to China. We don't need a Chinatown here. This is America. We don't need Chinatown. And if you're gonna come here and be an American, you gotta assimilate. And you can't be disrespecting other people here, and especially the natives. Especially the indigenous people of this land. That you gonna come here and talk that smack to us. We don't need you to make nothing for us. No Sony, no nothing. Don't you know we know how to get along fine without those things? We're very creative and innovative people. And we're not like all the other black people in the world. I keep telling you, this is black America. Black America, we are different from all the other blacks in the other places of the world. We are peculiar people. Everybody trying to come here and try to be like us or either cosplay us. We are a different black among other blacks in the world. You could go to Africa and you could mess with them Africans and run them off their land and take over their country and make them buy their own hair products while you get rich off of their own hair products. But Africans don't even need to be buying the hair products from you. They can make their own stuff, like I said right there, they natural ingredients for their own hair. What the hell they need y'all there for to be selling them any goddamn thing? If anything, y'all should be there buying from them, not selling. You a thief. You a thief and you a liar. You came to kill, steal, and destroy. You ain't nothing. You belong to Satan. In another person's native land, going to tell them you don't need them. Make that shit make sense. And the people that you on their land been your goddamn consumers. How stupid do you think we are? We ain't stupid. We are God's peculiar people. Y'all out there trying to be like us. And y'all just got such a just jealousy. Black people ain't got nothing and y'all still want to fuck with us. Okay? And we made it great for you here in America. You know what they say about people like you. They try to put other people down when you know they already been beat down. You know, we ain't come and fuck with you in China. You came to America. We didn't land in China or none of them fucking Asian countries. Okay? Y'all came over here fucking with us. You in our part of the land. You didn't make us great. We made you great. What the fuck you mean you don't need us when we made your ass great in America? And you talking about, well, you think about the sushi. So yeah, you think about it too, because you going to hurt a whole lot more motherfucking more than we are. Economically. Black people, we know how to invent our own. We are very creative. We're innovative people. We don't allow these things like this to steal or kill our joy because we know who we are and we know that this boycott will be so successful if black people all agree and stop supporting Asian businesses and we start looking at those old clothes of ours and get creative with reinventing ourselves as like we have always have done, that people see it and they want to make a profit off of it and steal it from us or whatever. But this time, boo boo, our eyes are now opening up to the truth and we see you for who you really are. So we ain't effing with you. And we have our own way of knowing how to do our own cleaning. Using our own cleaning products to get things clean. We have those mothers that used to teach us from the church. I know one of the mothers from my church, she taught me some remedies. And she used to work in dry cleaning. And she did it for years. Okay? So that's why I said why you don't take your children to church to get them around some of the mothers in the church and everything. Some of the good mothers now. You got to know the spirits now. You got to read your word. You got to know the spirit. But I was raised by, my elders. They all had to play the role, a significant role in my life. My great aunts, my grandmother, paternal and maternal grandparents. I was blessed to have, and I was able to have that experience. So that's why I don't let none of this stuff with these Asians or none of that, because I've been talking about it for since I've been a teenager. This ain't nothing new under the sun for me. This is something I've been saying forever. They coming in our communities, they buying, they up here opening up business. They don't even assimilate with us. They don't even associate with us. The kids don't even fucking go to school with us. I never remember any when I was going to elementary school, and I'm talking about even when I went to school with white kids. Okay, I had no Chinese kids. I haven't seen a Chinese kid in my classroom until I got into high school. And that's when I had a Chinese in my classroom. No Korean, no Chinese, no Vietnamese, no Philippine, none of that shit was in my, not no Indian, no nothing. When I was going to school in my elementary, my early years of education, I had none of these people, none of these kind of people in my classroom. My classroom was nothing but black children and white children, and some sprinkle of some Latino kids, some Hispanic children, some Spanish kids, or whatever. But there was no Holly, no, I didn't have any early years of education. I remember going to school. I had no Indian kids. They didn't go to school with me in my early education years. I had no Chinese, no Korean, no Vietnamese, no Philippine. None of that was in my classroom with me coming up as a child in my early years of education. I didn't see a Chinese child in my classroom until I was in my years of high school. And even then, they didn't even associate with us. They wasn't on none of those teams with us. No basketball teams. None of the sports that we had participated in. None of the Chinese kids in that school took participation in none of those things with us in school. I don't never remember a Chinese child on my basketball, volleyball, kickball, baseball, everything that we did in school. I never had any Chinese or Indian kids in my classrooms. So how the hell they come in here being the leaders of the future for the American children in America? I don't get it. Just like I'm dealing with this shit right now, what I'm dealing with this child care education and learning early learning center that I'm dealing with in Wilmington right now. How the hell y'all gonna tell me these Asians and stuff they in here buying up? They even opening up child care early learning centers. Y'all need to. That I've been telling y'all about having y'all kids in these schools with these people being your children educators. You got to be careful about the people that you allowing to teach your children, and especially these foreigners. This ain't only just a black thing I'm talking about. This is an American thing, point blank, period. Because by them doing the things they doing to black America, white America, y'all need to be the ones really watching out. Because look at what black America ain't do a goddamn thing to them. But they fucking with us. Okay? But you the ones who made the laws and you the ones who made these built this constitution or whatever, and these are the people you allowed to come into your nation. You invited in the Trojan horse. That's why I say if you're an American and you're a patriot American, you shouldn't take no part in what this Asian man said. No participation in it. And right now you should see that his ass do fry in jail. Because this, from what I understand, as I did some more research on what happened with this trial with this young man that he shot in the store, whatever, for the bottle of water. This ain't his first time harassing teenage black children in the store. Those children were unalive but still in awe. This ain't his first scenario. And he's not the only one who has done it. It has been done before. And I believe something that happened with a girl named Natasha, and she was shot and this happened in LA, and this woman was shot in her back. This woman was shot and killed over orange juice. These Asians been getting away too many times, murdering, killing innocent black lives in America. And they not even American, and they come in here and thinking they could just take American people out and our life means nothing. There should be no justification for that. Mr. Chu Chow or whatever his name is, we ain't gonna go burn down no businesses, and we ain't gonna get out on the street and march. And I said that in my earlier video. We don't need to do none of that, because we know when we do that, that's gonna make you win. Okay? We ain't gonna get out there and get ourselves and put ourselves in harm's way. We're gonna do what we should have been doing. Stop supporting your businesses and get some discipline on how we spend our money. We don't hurt people by going out there marching and making all kind of noise and getting yourselves arrested and getting pound upside the head with billy clubs, or going to approach any man, police officers that might be even racist cops, and they might got guns and everything, and they can harm you. No, we ain't doing all of that, because we already know what they're gonna lead up to. But what we can do is we can stop spending our money in your businesses and get connected to some black owned businesses that will support us and treat us with better quality care. And I'm not saying just because they are black business, they good people, but at least look around for those that are do have good customer service and good skills or whatever when you do have to place an order, and they know how to treat you with some kind of dignity. And I've been saying that we need to stop doing all of this online shopping and doing all of this stuff. We need to get in contact with black owned businesses, where they at, who are they, support these businesses, see these stores grow, see they businesses come out in the communities and everything else, and that they can become more, you know, they could thrive more, and they can be in more locations. We need to get our own businesses in our own communities around our own people and better services. Now, dealing with these people, then he gonna talk about us not speaking foreign languages, and people coming here that can speak a foreign language, and we should be embarrassed. We should not be embarrassed. That's a disgrace on your part, because why you can't stay in your own country where your language is spoken more over there? Why you want to come here and speak your foreign language? You people are just so disgusting and so disrespectful and so ignorant. It's just not funny. There's no other way to describe these people. But anyway, I just wanted to just come vent a little bit more. Y'all can please hit this like button. Like, share, subscribe. If this is your first time here to the Casey McDaniel channel, welcome for coming to the Casey McDaniel channel. I will appreciate your conversation in the comment section, that you will let me know how you feel about what this discussion is about. And also, I'm just saying, this stuff, and those of you who are at my age, 60 years old, I lived around a lot of different places. I've seen Asian people. I watched them, how they, seem to interact with us, and they're not very friendly to black people. They're not very friendly to us. They don't really assimilate with us. Neither do these other Arabs and all these other people that come from all these other places, new foreigners that we got over here, new immigrants that we got over here in the United States, especially these damn Arabs. They are really disgusting. They disgusting. And I don't know, white people, y'all thought y'all were doing a disservice by bringing them here to keep the black man suffering, and that the black man can still make you generate money, 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 money. But after this situation that's going on, God ain't having it no more. Either you're going to be a nation of under God and you're going to do the right thing in your heart as a God serving nation. And that means taking care of the people here first, Americans first, and that means the black Americans first. Because everybody came here, got into the black communities, and they were able to thrive through us. So if anything, all them businesses that's opened in black communities belong to us. And black people should no longer be circulating their currency there, should no longer be putting their money in no more Chinese restaurants, Chinese vendors, no nothing. Here's supplies, here's stores. You go and find yourself a black owned business that you can get your products from. You don't have to keep putting your money in the hands of these wicked, evil Asian um whatever buyers or whatever. I mean sellers. We don't need to deal with these people no more. They said they don't need our business, so we good with that. We are good with that. So let it be on them and not on us. And with that being said, God bless you. Hit hit that like button, like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, this ain't only just a black thing. This is an American thing. And I've been saying this for the longest. We need to stop patronizing these foreigners that don't like us and don't respect us and don't treat us with any integrity. With that being said,